This is going to be a good video, to say the least. Okay, I'm here at Magnum Auto Restoration in LaSalle, Illinois, and I'm looking at, right now, the Hurricane Superbird. Last time you saw it, it was being cut up for metal replacement, and as you can see, a lot of the metal replacement has moved on full tilt. This right here is the original fender to the car. The one that had like a dent right in this area. I'll show a picture. They were able to straighten that out. Core Sport's the original. And her fender, they had to do a little patch. Firewall, just needed a little patch over in that corner. This one had some holes in it, so they replaced this inner fender. At least this part, not that. But you can see how clean it is now. See the original holes for the Superbird scoops. Only in Daytonas did they have holes in the fenders. See, the cowl looks real good. The new roof skin is in place. You might remember, I guess I'll show pictures, that the roof skin had a big old dent from when it was on its roof. And unfortunately, this door couldn't be saved. But you'll see the other one did. The new rockers from before. The new quarter panels, because I'll show in the video, or I'll show, remember there was a seam right along here where you can see that they did a sub, about average for the time period, you know, just butt welded the parts together. This has been properly redone. And here, look, the back end is a back end again with tail lights and everything. All the metal that was all fatigued and broken up in here has been replaced. You can see where, I'll see if I can get underneath here. Maybe through here. They replaced the tail panel because it was bent. And they replaced that lower tail panel because I think it was from a different car, and all the holes were walled out. So that was properly replaced. I'll show here. This was the one that had the big crease in it from when the wing, you know, when it was upside down. They had to replace that one. Here they replaced the door. I'm sorry, I apologize. This door they did not replace. This is the original door to the car. They've also put in the new rear frame rails. And while this is a unibody car, there are frame rails in the car that is attached to the body. And they had been replaced before, and they were done improperly. Well, it's probably what was available at the time in the 90s or 2000s whenever this was restored. They were now restored, as you can see in the last video, with proper 1970s satellite rear frame rails, which would be the same for a Superbird. You can see the floor was saved. This is a numbers matching 446 pack car. You can see in the video that we're keeping the original gauge cluster as is, and a replacement was sourced for the car because the original we wanted to show as an example of the car being, you know, under the water because it had all these striations from sediment settling in it. So that will go along with the car as an example. And this fender, you can see it's a replacement fender, and Mark from Magnum, he actually had this fender. He believes it was a new old stock NASCAR replacement Superbird fender because it had none of the structure of a normal 70 Superbird, like the one you would buy off the showroom floor. It had none of the structure. So they had to take the stuff off the original fender, which was in really bad shape, and they transferred it all over to the new fender. And some bracketry in there. But otherwise, the car, next step is it's going to be all blown apart and starting to be put back together. So I'll have a update here in July for the car, which should be really exciting, especially since I leave for a hot rod power tour and I'll be gone for like 14 days. But it's turning out really nice. And I think also the next time I come here, I'll actually be going to their engine builder to see the 6-pack running. Not sure on that timetable, but it should be pretty good. It was definitely really cool to see how much progress had been made on the Superbird in just the short amount of time, because I was just at Magnum about a month before documenting the car, and the owner, Mark, had been sending me updates, but it looked like a completely different car, and I know it wasn't. Some people had said in the previous video that the orange car that was in the background was the car. Just, I was trying to fake you guys out. Not the case. This is the Hurricane Superbird. This is the one that was upside down. And we were fortunate that when I was there, it was still May at that point, there had been 6 Superbirds being worked on at one time at the shop. So we lined them all up, and I actually got to do a little bit of fun drone photography, which I usually don't get to do in this kind of situation. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the video of the Hurricane Superbird. Definitely cool to see it come along so quickly at Magnum Auto Restoration. It was really nice to see. And all the other cars, I hope you liked the drone footage and a little bit of cool photography work I did. The next update will probably be in late July because they got stuff lined up for it. So if you have any comments or questions, of course, leave them below. Otherwise, I should be releasing a video on Monday, and then as of, I think, this release, I'll be on the road to Hot Rod Power Tour in Tennessee. So everyone stay safe, and I'll see you all on the road, hopefully. I'll be posting, of course, all kind of cool pictures from the road trip on my social media, which is in the description. See you all soon. Stay safe.